kaibigan, welcome to In My Toolbox, a weekly talk show for your personal finance and business, only here at PHLV Radio. Mga kaibigan, the goal of this show is to give you financial and business information that you may be able to use on your day-to-day financial and business decisions. Mga kaibigan, we will unbox topics that will hopefully be able to aid you and guide you and maybe even add to your business and financial tools, So we will tackle important information mostly not taught in school, mga kaibigan. But of course, this is so much needed to empower you financially and grow your business exponentially. All right? Mga kaibigan, again, in any idea that will transpire in the show, always consult with your financial advisor, insurance professional, tax consultants, and business consultants, etc., etc. Again, my name is Enrico, mga kaibigan. You're listening to another episode of In My Toolbox. I'm your host, of course, and then we'll make this topic very, very exciting for you guys to listen every week. Mga kaibigan, again, nandito na naman po tayo sa PHLV In My Toolbox. Another episode of that. All right, so we're gonna talk about business today. Yan naman ha. Mga kaibigan, do you want to start a business? O, diba? A lot of people are thinking about putting up a business. I'm gonna tell you, us Filipinos, we're so known on, working in the health industry, if I'm not mistaken, right? But at the back of our head, we are entrepreneurs as well. So here in the United States, it feels like everyone is now starting their own small business. Can you imagine? A lot more than that, you realize, So if kung kayo po, you're curious about how to start a business, I think that's something that, we will be talking about today. And of course, these small businesses, according to research, is actually great nowadays. Oh, it's recession. Oh, the people doesn't have money. Think positively. If you really would want to put up a business, think of a business, number one, that you're passionate about and see if it's actually marketable and scalable. So here in the United States, pwede ka magtayo. When you say scalable, it can be global too. Right? So now I'll talk to you guys some items that will uncover how successful small business actually are. And then, of course, we'll let you know what are the steps that you need to take to start building your small business. Mga kaibigan, here in the United States, there are about 32.5 million small businesses. Dami, no? That's a lot. 32.5 million small businesses. That's according to the statistics. Now, small businesses, I'm going to tell you, account for 64% of new jobs. Can you imagine that? In 1 year, all those people that has new jobs, 64% of it came from all those people who open up small businesses. And then every year, they create 1.5 million jobs in the United States. That's how powerful, these small businesses are. Now, if you would want to know how to put it up, then I can show you some few steps on how to start. 60% mga kaibigan, again, that are starting small businesses, that's the idea at the back of their head. They would want to be their own boss. Maybe cliche as it may sound, you've heard of this thing many times before. You would want to fire your boss and become your own boss. Da-da-da. Again, probably you've heard that too many times in your life, right? So, and then 50% of small businesses, mga kaibigan, I want to tell you that they fail in the first 3 to 5 years. That's okay, because it doesn't mean that when you fail, you don't do anything anymore. For me, failure is just a step, one step for me to get to the success level that I would want to. So don't look at it that way. You want to look at it on a very positive perspective that all of these failures will actually eventually bring you to your success. Now, over 65% of small businesses, are profitable. So what business would you like to be at if ever that you would want to start your own business. 64% of small businesses, start their own businesses with only $10,000. Oh, Enrico, that's a lot of money. Now look at this, guys. Let's just talk about the $10,000. Some businesses starts less than that, but let's just talk about the money. Okay, so you would want to be creative when you would want to start your own business. Now, if you are so solid about your business plan, about your vision, about the idea that you have in your business, $10,000 is actually nothing. You just have to be creative when you really believe in the business idea that you actually have. Now, globally, 90% of all companies are small businesses, and they account globally 50% of all the jobs. Can you imagine that? So guys, if you're thinking of putting up a business today, well, I think you are on the right track. And then, of course, just to give you numbers, there's about 400 million small businesses in the world. Oh, Enrico, that's too much. I don't have space already, because everybody's small businesses. Now, I'm telling you, all of these big companies today, they all started in a small idea where you are at the moment. So again, guys, you just don't know that idea that you have right now will be the next Amazon or will be the next Microsoft. You just don't know that, right? So, well, I'm just talking to you guys about small businesses. So, small business is defined, okay, by the size of the number of employees or maybe an annual revenue that's been generated by the business. And of course, it actually depends on the business industry that you're going to be at, because they change from one industry to the next. That's the other thing. And then, of course, there's a cap of what this business revenue is going to be to determine if you're actually small business. So there's a lot of way on how to scale up. To understand what size of a business that you actually have. So regardless of what specificities that you actually have, just start the business. So just start. However small that business is, all you have to do is to start it. Maybe this is how you're going to look at it. If you have 250 people or less, it's a small business. Okay? So whether it's 15 employees or 200 employees, it's still a small business. And then, even though how small it is, I'm going to tell you, that is already essential piece of adding to not just the U.S. economy, but the global economy. But I'm telling you again, your business idea is going to be the primary driver of this country's financial growth. That's why we're here. There's a lot of opportunity, and now you becoming a business owner you're actually giving an opportunity to a lot of people. They're going to be definitely benefiting to your idea. Now, guys, as I promised you, I'm going to teach you, just some few steps on how to start your small business. Again, starting a small business, well, it just doesn't come up, right? So I was talking to a good friend of mine a while ago. Oh, well, I have this marketable idea. How do I scale it up? Well, it involves a lot of planning, so you want to start right. But definitely there's a lot of tuition fees attached to building up a business. That's why, I know you would want to become soloista, but then again, there's nothing wrong to partner up with somebody, especially somebody that has the skill sets that you do not have. That's very important in making a successful business. Again, you have to have a good financial decisions. And of course, you would want to make sure that you complete a series of legal activities. Now, putting up a business is not just putting up a business. You have to know the legalities attached to it. So just to, when you want to start a business, no matter how small it is, right? I was telling you, you might be the next Amazon or Microsoft in the making, or Facebook in the making. The first thing that you need to do, of course, is to conduct market research. What I do, guys, if I would want to put up a business, I always talk to people and gather ideas from them. What I do is I have a pulse survey. I try to feel what their reaction is. But don't always base your decision to one person's reaction. You need to talk to a lot of people and see the vibe. And different people has different psychographics too, because the way that we respond to you will be based on whatever is their their financial capability or education capability. But that's the reason why you would want to talk to a lot of people, making sure that you're getting the right feedback. But any feedback is a good feedback when you're doing your market research. Market research will actually tell you if there's actually an opportunity to turn your idea into a successful business. You need people, because in the first place, the business you're going to be putting up is actually based on people's idea. And you would want to get that vibe out there, right? So it's a way to gather information, about, from your potential customers. And of course, and not just the customers, the businesses that you will be dealing business with, and that are already maybe operating the same as you, in your area. So that's the reason why you would want to conduct this market research. Now, whatever information that you will be gathering, number one, you have to write it. You do not just think about it or just base it how it felt, but you have to write it. Basically, guys, when you put up a business, you want to be serious about putting up a business. You have to write any information that's going to be viable or pertinent to the business idea that you actually have. Now you will be able, surprise yourself, that you will see a competitive advantage for your business, a competitive advantage or a market niche or a product niche or a strategy niche. That's exactly what you're looking for. That's why you would want to make sure that you conduct market research. Now, as I was telling you a while ago, you want to write your business plan. Don't just depend on your memory. No, business doesn't work like that, For me, I always write. In my small purse, I always have a small notebook there that I put all my ideas I write. If I have a question, I put it there. If I get an answer, I put it there. Or sometimes I use the notepad on my phone. Just put any idea that's going to be transpired that I get every day. I have to write all of these snippets. By the way, guys, you don't write a whole, I'm going to give you an idea here. When you hear something, right, don't narrate everything. You jot points, just points, or words that will remember you on how you'll be expanding it once you sit down in your own quiet moment, and you'll be able to create that business plan, because your business plan right now is going to be the foundation of your business. By the way, guys, in any business that actually is, that today, the idea came in three things. They thought about it, all right? And they wrote it, and then they executed it. So write your business plan. Because this is going to be your roadmap, on how to structure that business and how to run that business and how to grow that business. Now, basically, just like what I told you a while ago, it's a good idea. You put it into writing, right? But then again, when you're scaling it up, you will need other people, skill set, to be able to grow that idea. Now, definitely, this business idea, the business plan, once you wrote or you write it, you'll use this one to convince people that's going to be working with you, alongside with you, right? Or who's going to be investing with you, So this is the reason why business plan is very, very important in rolling out your idea. You have to write it. And of course, that's the smartest move ever that you're going to be doing in any golden idea that's going to be coming out of you. Okay. Now, number 3, guys. So you already have thought about it. You wrote about it. Now it's time to to sell this idea to people that will be able to help you to fund the business. Or you may even be the only person to fund it. Right? So your business plan will help figure out how much money you'll need to start your business, because you created it all. What's the initial capitalization that's needed, and what's going to be, my ROI, return of investment, on this business plan. Now, you will be needing funding, definitely, because in any business, you will need funds. $10, $20, 20 million, 10 million, it doesn't matter. You will need funds to be able to roll out your business. Now, if you do not have that amount on hand, and definitely you'll need to either raise money, okay, or borrow money. What's so good about that? There are more ways that you can ever think of on how to raise capital that you need. Again, there are a lot of ways on how to create or build funds for you or raise a capital for you. Okay, so there's just not one direction. There's multiple directions on how to fund it. Okay, so after now looking for fund, if you are in retail or if you need a place to put your business, just like real estate, right? Location. Now it's time to pick your business location. Where do you want to put it, right? So your business location is one of the most important decisions as well that you will need to make. Whether you're setting up a brick and mortar business or even an online store. By the way, guys, online now is actually a location. Which website? Because a traditional business owner will always think, oh, I do not have the money to get a brick and mortar. Because that's the only time, because that's the only idea that when you put up a business, you have to have a brick and mortar. Nowadays, online stores are what do you call this? Are all over the place right now, and it's also considered as a business location, right? So the choices that you make could affect your taxes, legal requirements, and revenue. So pick a good business location. Or in this case, United States is so huge, where would you want to register your business is another story. Okay? Now, the next thing that you would want to think is you need to choose a business structure. When you talk about business structure, this is actually a legal structure for your business, which will have a huge impact on your business registration. As I've said a while ago, you can register your business or, whatever state you would want to, because they have, call this different state laws that will actually support your business structure. Now, how much that depends on what state and how much it will impact your taxes and your personal liabilities and all of these requirements. Okay, so you would want to look at your business structure. Of course, you would want, of course, to choose your business name. What's your business name? ABC Business Company, right? So it's not really easy to choose a perfect name or pick a perfect name. You'll always want the name that will, sometimes people will always go to a name that reflects the brand or capture a person's spirit. What's the reflection of that business name to who I am, or you'll also want to make sure that your business name is not used already. In fact, the other day I was trying to look for a business name in the Philippines, right? So there's different ways on how to check if that business name is already registered or not. So it's just a way. This website's going to be guiding you anyway on how to choose the right business name for you. As long as you want to make sure that this business name is not being used by someone else. That's the shortcut to what I'm trying to say. Now, once you choose your business name, you have to register your business already. Once you picked up the perfect business name for you, right? However, which way you actually chose that business name, now it's time to make it legal, and you would want to protect your brand already. So once you put up that name, whatever consists that name or the business under that name is going to be your brand, and you want to protect it. So if you're doing a business under a different, a name different than your own, well, you have to register with the federal government and maybe, of course, the state government too. So basically, guys, you would want to talk to an expert regarding registering your business name. Just don't rely on Google. You want to make sure that you start your business right. Of course, once you register your business name, it's time to get your federal and state tax IDs. You'll use your employer identification number or EIN. I'm sure you've heard about this one many times already. It's just online. Go online, look for it, and how to register EIN. This important steps on how to start and scale your business. It's just like opening a bank account and paying taxes. It's similar. It's EIN is like your social security number, and EIN is for your business. But some, but not all, state required to get a tax ID as well. Okay, so and another step for you to put up a small business is, of course, once you register it, you have to apply for licenses and permits. Depending on what business that you're putting up, there's going to be some licenses and permits that's needed to support your business. So you would want to make sure that you keep your business running smoothly. When you say smoothly, mga kaibigan, you just want to make sure that you are legally compliant. State laws and federal laws. Okay, the licenses and permits that you need for your business, of course, that depends on what industry you're gonna be. You're gonna be choosing, or what state that you'll be at, the location, and so much more factors. Okay, so don't forget to apply the licenses and business permit. Now, after that, of course, you would want to make sure you open that bank account. So small businesses, needs all of this checking account, because this thing will able to handle those legal taxes and, of course, whatever day-to-day issues that you're going to be having. The good news is, guys, today it's easy to set up one bank account. You just have to go to a bank and just bring all this necessary permits or all of these EINs, and they will definitely help you on putting up your bank account. Guys, mga kaibigan, once you do all of these steps, and I will tell you right now, congratulations, because it's time to cut that big ribbon, because your business is now officially open. Now, all you have to do after that, out of those steps that I told you, is now to focus on managing and growing your business. All right, mga kaibigan. I hope, mga kaibigan, you learned something about how to put up your own or start up your own business. Especially nowadays, mga kaibigan, a lot of people are now gearing towards opening up your business. Ayos ba, mga kaibigan? Again, that's just a snippets on how to put up and start your own small business. If you have some questions, of course, you know how to get in touch with me. You can always email me at enrico.inmytoolbox@gmail.com. Hanggang dito na lang po. It's another episode of In My Toolbox. My name is Enrico, signing off.